The 2010s and the 2020s so far, so much has happened. But what have the most popular songs been? Hi, I'm Amelia Lummis. I'm a singer-songwriter who's written getting up to around 120 songs, and I'm currently studying songwriting and performance at university. Today, I'm going to be talking about the best-selling singles of the year of the 21st century so far in the UK. This is the second part, so last week I did 2000 to 2012, and today I'm going to be doing 2013 to last year, 2024. Let's get straight into it. 2013. Microsoft replaced its free email service Hotmail with Outlook. A 2,000-year-old French law banning women from wearing trousers in Paris was revoked. Furby booms were favourite Christmas gifts, much to the dismay of anyone who had to be around them, and Disney released Frozen. The best-selling single of the year was Robin Thicke's Blurred Lines, selling over 14.8 million, topping the charts in 25 countries and winning the record of the year at the Grammys. It also features Pharrell Williams and T.I. The song was controversial and was even banned from being played in universities across the country due to its objectification of women and its references to rape culture. The original music video was also removed from YouTube for violating its terms of service by featuring topless models, and both the edited and the original video have faced criticism for being misogynistic and sexist. It also became the subject of a legal dispute due to the family of Marvin Gaye arguing that the single infringed on copyrights of Got to Give It Up, Gaye's single that was released in 1977. And in March of 2015, a judge ruled that Marvin Gaye was to be given a posthumous songwriting credit as Pharrell Williams and Robin Thicke were found liable for copyright infringement. 2014, the year of the selfie stick. Also the year that YouTube's maximum view limit was changed to over 9 quintillion after Psy broke it, reaching over 2 billion views on his music video for Gangnam Style in 2012. The Fault in Our Stars by John Green was breaking hearts around the world, being the best-selling book as well as the most popular on Kindle, which were very popular at the time too. And in 2014, the rules actually changed for the charts to include the number of times that songs were sold and streamed instead of just sold. Pharrell Williams was back at the top this year with his single Happy. It was the best-selling song of the year in both the UK and the United States. It featured on the Despicable Me 2 original motion picture soundtrack and was nominated for Best Original Song at the Academy Awards, but lost to Let It Go from Frozen. It became the most downloaded song of all time in the UK and is the 8th highest selling single of all time. The song also made Pharrell Williams the second artist in UK chart history after the Beatles to have 3 singles sell 1 million copies in under a year. This was following Blurred Lines and Get Lucky with Daft Punk that was released in June 2013. 2015. Water was found on Mars, the laughing emoji was the Oxford Dictionary word of the year, China abolished its one-child policy, and hoverboards and smart TVs were the technology of the future. Uptown Funk by Bruno Mars and Mark Ronson was the best-selling single. In the United States, it topped the Billboard Hot 100 for 14 weeks, and it spent 7 weeks at the top of the UK singles chart. It is both Bruno Mars and Mark Ronson's most successful single so far, having topped the charts in 19 countries and reaching the top 10 in 15 more on top of that. It was certified 6 times platinum by the British photographic industry, and it's the 9th most viewed YouTube video of all time with over 5.4 billion views. It won British Single of the Year at the Brit Awards and Record of the Year at the Grammys. 2016. A radar scan of Shakespeare's grave at Holy Trinity Church in Stratford-on-Avon showed that his skull was apparently missing from the grave. A chemical reacted with the chlorine in the water, turning the diving pool green at the Olympics in Rio. Amazon made its first ever drone delivery in the UK, and David Bowie and Prince both passed away. Canadian rapper Drake had the best-selling single of the year with One Dance. It sampled a 2008 song called Do You Mind by Crazy Cousins and Kyla, and its writers also received writing credits for the Drake song too. It became the longest-running top 10 single of the 2020s in the UK and is the joint second longest consecutive number 1 in the UK singles chart with 15 consecutive weeks, tied with Love Is All Around by Wet Wet Wet. In its ninth week at number one, it gained the lowest ever paid for sales for a number one single with just under 17,000 downloads. Interestingly, the song didn't have a music video, but that could have actually aided in its success, especially in countries like the UK where YouTube streams don't impact the singles chart. This would have meant that anyone who wanted to listen to the song would have to stream it on Apple Music or Spotify or something else where it actually would have counted. 2017. Twitter doubled the number of characters from 140 to 280 that could be in a single tweet. Dear Evan Hansen won the Tony Award for Best Musical. Everyone went absolutely crazy for the limited edition unicorn frappuccino at Starbucks. And La La Land was announced the winner for the Best Picture at the Oscars, despite Moonlight being the actual winner. Ed Sheeran's Shape of You was the best-selling single of the year. It's an interpolation of No Scrubs by TLC, so the writers of that song were also credited. It debuted at number one, with another of his singles, Castle on the Hill, debuting at number two, making him the first artist in history in the UK to debut simultaneously in the top two positions in the charts. It is one of the best-selling digital singles of all time, and in 2019 it was named the number one song on the Billboard Mainstream Top 40 chart of the 2020s decade, as well as being the top selling of the decade in the UK too, and it was the first ever song to hit 2 billion streams on Spotify. In 2022, Ed Sheeran was actually taken to court over an alleged infringement of copyright of a 2015 song called OY, over its similarities to the OI bit in his song. However, a judge later ruled that the song had not been copied either deliberately or subconsciously, despite any similarities. 2018, The Beast from the East brought heavy snow to the UK, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry got married, and 12 boys and their football coach were rescued after 2 weeks stuck in a flooded cave in Thailand. Calvin Harris and Dua Lipa's One Kiss was the best-selling song of the year. It was at the top of the UK singles chart for 8 weeks and peaked at number one in 17 other countries. It's been certified multi-platinum in 13 countries, including sextuple platinum in the UK, and it spent a total of 53 weeks on the UK single chart. It only ever peaked at 26 in the United States, but it did spend 21 weeks on the chart there. It also won the Brit Award for the British Single of the Year, and after its playing at the 2018 Champions League final, it became associated with Liverpool FC, with their fans singing the song during the tournament after, which they won. It was also then played after they lifted the Carabao Cup in 2022 at Wembley as well. 2019. A picture of an egg became the most liked post on Instagram ever. The bottle cap challenge was all over the internet. The first ever image of a black hole was released, and Greggs released their now famous vegan sausage rolls. Someone You Loved by Lewis Capaldi was the best-selling song of the year. He said it took him 6 months to write the song and that his best songs come from struggling for hours at the piano to get a good melody. It is the third most streamed song on Spotify and was also even 8th on the UK singles year-end chart the following year too. It's actually been on every single year-end chart in the UK since, still being 54th in 2024. Despite literally only coming out in late 2018, it was still 24th in the decade-end chart of UK singles from 2010 to 2019. And it was a sleeper hit in the United States, reaching the top of the Billboard Hot 100 in its 24th week on the chart. 2020. Working from home and Zoom calls became the new normal for lots of people. Tiger King was big on Netflix, Musical.ly's rebrand TikTok became massive, and Kurt Cobain's guitar from Nirvana's 1993 MTV Unplugged show in New York sold for $6 million. The best-selling single of the year was The Weeknd's Blinding Lights, with 2.2 million combined sales, including 250 million streams and 195,000 downloads. It was the best global selling single of the year too, and was even the 7th best-selling global single the year after as well. It is the most streamed song on Spotify of all time and was also the first to ever go past 4 billion streams. The 80s synth poppy song received universal acclaim from critics, being named as the second best song of 2020 by Billboard and the record of the year by Variety magazine, among others. Despite this, it received no Grammy nominations, which shocked fans and sparked controversy. 2021. A video of a woman filming her exercise while a military coup happened in the background in Myanmar went viral. The Suez Canal was blocked by a boat and people seemed delighted, making memes about it. And Meghan Markle and Prince Harry did an interview with Oprah speaking out about their experiences within the royal family, and it also led to Piers Morgan leaving Good Morning Britain. This year, Ed Sheeran was back at the top with his synth pop single Bad Habits. It was his first solo release from an album in over 4 years and received mixed reaction from critics, being compared sonically and stylistically to The Weeknd's music. Despite some negativity from critics, it was a commercial success and peaked at number 1 in 28 countries, as well as the Global 200. It was especially successful in the UK and Ireland, topping both charts for 11 weeks, along with being the best-selling single of the year. And following a 2022 Brit Awards performance together, it was also re-recorded and released as a remix with Bring Me the Horizon, which was Ed Sheeran's first ever appearance on the US Hot Hard Rock Songs chart. And you should listen to it, it actually works surprisingly well. 2022. Will Smith slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars. Liz Truss became the shortest lasting Prime Minister in the United Kingdom after resigning after just 44 days with a lettuce outliving her. The World Cup kicked off in November due to it being held in Qatar, and ChatGPT was launched as a prototype. The best-selling single of the year was As It Was by Harry Styles. It was his second solo number 1 single in the UK after Sign of the Times in 2017 and spent 10 weeks at the top. It was the best-selling globally of the year too, with 2.28 billion subscription stream equivalents, and it topped the charts in 45 countries. It received widespread critical acclaim, receiving 5 stars from both NME and The Guardian, the title of Best Song of the Year by Entertainment Weekly, and number 3 of the year by both the BBC and Billboard. It was the most popular song on Spotify of the year and the second most popular on Apple Music, behind The Kid Laroi and Justin Bieber's Stay. It even received praise from the likes of Sir Elton John, who said it should win Song of the Year at the Grammys, but it didn't despite the nomination. It did win the Brit Awards as Song of the Year though. 2023. For the first time since 1987, vinyl record sales were higher than CD sales in the United States. Barbenheimer had people picking between the 2.5-hour-long biographical Oppenheimer and Barbie at the cinemas when they both came out on the same day. The Writers Guild of America went on strike, and driverless taxis were given approval to operate in San Francisco. Miley Cyrus's Flowers was the best-selling single of the year. It debuted at number 1 in the UK singles chart, having the biggest first week since As It Was, and was her third number 1 in the UK after We Can't Stop and Wrecking Ball. It was the third song of the 2020s, following Bad Habits and As It Was, to top the chart for at least 10 weeks. It is allegedly paraphrasing some of the lyrics of Bruno Mars's 2012 song When I Was Your Man. However, since the songs only share similar ideas and a few lyrical elements, the writers of the Bruno Mars song have no credits. There was a lawsuit filed in September 2024 though, and it will be interesting to see how that goes. It was her second number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, and it spent 57 weeks on the Billboard Adult Contemporary chart in the US, becoming the longest running number 1 song on any Billboard Airplay chart. It also broke the record for the most streamed song in 1 week on Spotify during both its first and second week, and was also the fastest song to reach 1 billion streams, doing it in only 112 days. 2024. Paris became the first to hold the opening ceremony of the Summer Olympics outside. A banana that was duct taped to a wall sold for $6.2 million, and a Willy Wonka experience in Glasgow went viral, following photos of its AI-generated advertising being not quite representative of the warehouse it ended up being held in.
It's the end dog.
Stick Season by American singer-songwriter Noah Kahan was the best-selling single of the year, written about late autumn in his home state of Vermont. Despite an early version of it being heard on an Instagram live stream in 2020, it didn't reach the UK singles chart until October 2023. A verse of it was uploaded to TikTok in 2022 and quickly became successful, which prompted him to finish writing the song. The year after, it gained even more popularity when Olivia Rodrigo covered it on BBC Radio 1, which led to it reaching number 1 in the charts. And we don't know what 2025's best-selling song is going to be, but it'll be interesting to see whatever it is. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you've liked it, please like, comment and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.